Uniting the right has become a topic of controversy in Alberta ever since the Progressive Conservatives lost the election and the Conservative vote was split. Combined, the PC and Wildrose parties would have taken over 50% of the vote and easily would have won the election under a united Conservative Party. And now there are many facets when it comes to the Unite the Right campaign. Some don't want to unite at all. While one side wants to unite under the Progressive Conservatives, another under the Wildrose, and others want to form an entirely different party. But a third party poses a significant risk to the outcome of the next provincial election. It will split the vote even further, making it a bad idea. And it seems like a new third party might be an option with all of the predicaments that both Conservative parties in Alberta have gotten themselves into. The problem with the Progressive Conservatives is that they've given up far too much ground to the left. Whether it's policies or caucus members that openly support Liberals, they've lost the way on principles. It came as a big surprise when Alison Redford became leader of the party, and she did it by capturing the teachers' union votes. That was the first sign that something was amiss. Compare that to the ultra-leftist NDP, who are friends of unions. So it's difficult to see the differences between PCs and the NDP in that respect. And then there came the overspending, abuse of power, abuse of government resources. The list goes on. And then, of course, there's MLAs like Sandra Jansen that openly support federal Liberals in elections. And don't forget about newly elected MLA Prob Gill, who suffered from a severe case of Trudeau-mania this last election. So it seems the Progressive Conservative Party has a divide amongst its own ranks between Liberals and Conservatives. And in all honesty, there is a home for progressives that call themselves Conservatives in the Alberta Party and with the Alberta Liberals. These opportunists were able to win elections on the back of the PC brand, but it's no longer an option since the PCs were decimated in the last election. Prob Gill won his seat only marginally, and I believe it was the result of Manmeet Bhullar's legacy. He's the former MLA that passed away tragically, and Gill gained his seat. And then there's the Wildrose, who have suffered from some major public relations disasters. First, there was the so-called Lake of Fire incident, where a pastor condemned gays to a place of eternal suffering, and also called the Edmonton school system godless. And while the Wildrose were leading the polls at the time, that one incident cost them the election entirely. And then there was the floor crossing fiasco, where 9 MLAs, including leader Danielle Smith, double-crossed the party and moved over to the Progressive Conservative caucus. This strategy lost the Wildrose yet another election and played directly into Jim Prentice's hands, effectively wiping out the official opposition at the time. Fast forward to today, and there's another PR disaster on the party's hands. As I reported earlier, Derek Fildebrandt has been suspended from caucus, and the party base isn't happy about it. They're losing support left, right, and center over what's been deemed to be a decision made to pander to the left. And if this type of hasty decision-making continues within the party, it will cost them yet another election. The threat of a third party forming is looming, and it's a result of what the Progressive Conservative and Wildrose parties are reflecting to the people of Alberta. When division within Conservative ranks are apparent, it's only fodder for the left. In fact, it's exactly what they want to see, and only takes them one step further to winning another election. This is the last thing the province needs. We've all seen the terrible results from the implementation of progressive policies. Groups like the Alberta Prosperity Fund and Alberta Can't Wait are gaining traction, and many supporters believe that a third party is the only option. But what true Conservatives really need to do is unite under one tent, or the NDP will win yet another election. The past is the key to the present, and the situation in Alberta is so strikingly similar to what led to the merger between the Federal Canadian Alliance and the Progressive Conservative parties. There are some wrinkles to iron out, such as stubborn attitudes and purging the party of progressives in disguise. It worked for these two parties, and it can certainly work for Conservatives in Alberta. Whether the Conservatives move to an already formed party or form one party with a big tent, it's in the best interest of Albertans and will undoubtedly be effective in ousting the NDP from government. For the Rebel.media, I'm Holly Nicholas.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.